Previously on The Truth, Brad Ferris kicked off the elk season with a bull in the Turkey Mountain Range of New Mexico. Brad hunted first on our trip this time because after 23 years of putting in for an Arizona elk tag, he finally drew it. For 23 years, you've been putting in for Arizona, and you have got your tag.
Yeah,
Brad is heading out for Arizona.
Lake and I are going to Unit 9, Arizona. I've never been there. It's one of the few states that we hadn't elk hunted in. And
after his New Mexico hunt, he and Lake Pickle loaded up and took off for the Grand Canyon State. Brad drew his tag through Worldwide Trophy Adventures. They also hooked us up with A3 Trophy Hunts to be our guides here on public land in Arizona.
I like our elk camp. Perfect, ain't it? I guess it's the one bag, one pillow.
Oh yeah.
There's you. Well, just getting here, just enough time for me to get my bow out and take a few shots, kind of get unpacked and get ready for tomorrow in Unit 9. Thanks to Worldwide Trophy Adventures for getting this tag. Waited a long time for it, 23 years. No matter if we kill one or not, just we're here, something different. Can you believe 23 years I've been putting in to hunt this unit as a non-resident? Pretty cool. Tent, camping. Kind of like back in the old days, huh, Lake?
I like it.
Beautiful, beautiful night. I guess it's probably about 40 degrees out here, and high 80 in them coats. And but then we'll get an early start. It's about 4:20, and we're gonna go get on a glassy knob and see what we can find. First light here. I've ever hunted in country like this. You know, these guys do it every day. You know, you spot elk. I mean, it might be a mile or 2 miles away, huh? If you try to find them, and then make a plan to. The rut's not really happening here, kind of like it was in New Mexico. It's just different, and so either we're starting out and what Brett wants to kind of focus on is spot and stalking, or maybe even some water, getting some trail cam picks on water, and we just take it day by day, just like every elk season is depending on the weather, the food, the water. The rut's different.
As the sun rises, Brett, Brad, and Lake head out to check several draws. They spend the rest of the morning glassing for big bulls, but they see none. Back at camp after lunch, they regroup and head out to scout for the evening.
There's another cow coming out in that opening at the top right there. It's about 6 or 8. Probably a mile or more away. We hadn't seen a bull yet, but hopefully they'll hit that open stuff and we can really see if there's a shooter bull in there or not.
Finally, right before dark, they spot a big bull following a couple of cows. This is the one they've been looking for.
It don't take them long to move, does it?
No, they're not even moving fast, you know.
Do you see the cow and the calf?
I do, yeah.
Okay. I see him, but I don't see them.
Yeah, they're just out of sight now. They're on the other side of that bush.
So we found a shooter right at dark. He's up on this little ridge right here, and all that thick and cedars and stuff. And he's following a cow and a calf, looks like, and they're going out in the open, and where they're going to water or feed or whatever. But he's a good bull. He's big enough we'll come back in here in the morning and try to see if we can get close to him. We just ran out of daylight today, but he don't know we're here. And we started to make a move, but we said no, we better play it safe, because we just no way would have had enough light. And good thing we didn't, because he would have busted us if we'd have tried it. We all wanted to.
Really nice, straight six,
it's
typical
beautiful
six.
Yeah, perfect. Maybe we'll get a little luck tomorrow. We find him again in the morning.
You know what's fun with a bow? It's one of the oldest weapons in the world, and every year we are expected to build a better one. This year's product is to strive to get even more balance than we've ever had before. The sight, the stabilizer, the quiver, we're looking at how that all melds together into a package that feels ergonomically like one unit. And this is where the V3X has really come in strong.
One arrow says it's super straight. Another is extreme straight, whatever that means. So, what's true? Every arrow comes straight out of the box, but only one stays straight. In the truck, through the air, out the rib cage, and into the dirt. Shot after shot. That's Gold Tip Straight. Start tough, stay true.
From the DNA of two of the world's foremost hunting optics, the ultimate hunting machine is born. The all-new Fusion X range-finding binocular with an industry-first advantage. Its new active sync display fluidly morphs from black to red for max visibility in all lighting conditions, delivering hair-splitting 1-yard accuracy out to 1 mile, all inside a bright, razor-sharp optical system, ready to make you a tag-filling machine. By Bushnell.
The guys are up well before daylight on their second day of hunting. They're headed to the top of the draw where they spotted that big bull yesterday evening. Well, they spot the elk and move in. They even hear a few bugles, but nothing responds like they were hoping. For the next 2 days, they hunt daylight to dark with no luck. So it's time to change strategies. The next morning, Brett takes the guys to check the water sources. And boy, do they get a new perspective on things.
They have these scattered all over this unit. They're called trick tanks. I didn't know what it was. They build these railings around them to keep the cattle out. And it's strictly for elk, deer, coos deer, bear, all the animals that live in this country. And it's pretty cool that, you know, U.S. Fish and Wildlife, Army F, Elk Society, all these people get together and they put this money, got 3 big storage tanks up under, and it rains. And when it rains, all that rain hits that tin, it comes down on this end and fills them tanks up, and then the little drinkers right there. But, you know, it's 84 to 85 degrees, and there's 8 or 9 trail cameras on that fence right there. And all of them have them. I mean, we went to one water hole that had, I think, 21 cameras. It's public land. We've seen 2 great bulls, but we just haven't been able to. The rut is really slow, it's hot, it's dry. I mean, it's about as dry as I've ever seen. Without this kind of stuff right here, these animals would have a rough time right now, stress-wise. But I mean, I don't know how many 1,000-gallon tanks those are up under that tin that catches the water. And then it goes to the drinker, which is right there, and then we got our blind over there. And that's north, so hopefully we'll have that, you know, that west wind that'll be blowing our scent that way. But you know, the way they got this thing built, I mean, this is quite the project, and they have this put here to keep the animals from getting on top of that thing and bending it down, denting it up, so the water, from what I can tell, the water starts on that end, well, and it all runs this way, and they got a catch basin down here, and it fills these huge tanks up. There's 3 of these big tanks right here, and you know, it's got gravity keeps it something, so water just doesn't run all the time. As it gets low, it fills back up. So they got it figured out, man. The U.S. Fish and Wildlife, Arizona Game and Fish, Army F, Elk Society, all those people put their heads together and came up with a really neat project for these. And they got these all over the place. It took a lot of money and a lot of time and effort, but man, this is the happening place. These You see these tanks under here, and if you saw the elk tracks, and if you look around the edges, it's just all these trees are rubbed up, and we got the blind right there, and just got it set up. Brett and those guys are there. We just drive up here. That's what they do. These guys come check these trail cameras. You can see all the trail cameras on the fence right here on the post. Pretty cool deal they got put together here. So we're back in here early in the morning.
Any hunt, any range. Go farther with Federal Premium Terminal Ascent. Match accuracy at extreme range. Bonded construction for deep, straight line penetration. Consistent expansion where other bullets fail. It all comes together in the best hunting rifle round ever made, period. Federal Premium Terminal Ascent. No limits. The demands of chasing big game require the best of the hunter and their gear. The Savage Backcountry Extreme Series delivers. Each rifle is purpose-built for the off-grid, gnarly hunter. 6 rifles, 1 philosophy. Phenomenal accuracy. Only from Savage.
The only shooting stick with one-handed trigger pull adjustments has a new way to keep you at the top of your game. The Trigger Stick Apex. Built for sturdy support that adapts to unforgiving terrain with easy adjustments to make your big shots. With our DuraSteady 3-piece carbon leg design and interchangeable rock-solid clamp, nothing tops the Apex. The Trigger Stick Apex, only from Primrose.
The rut's a little slower than normal here in Arizona. We heard one bull bugle 3 or 4 times, and that's really it. And a few guys here and there, talking about hearing a little bugling, but nothing crazy. So we're gonna go see the water tank this morning. Got a lot of pictures of bulls coming to the water tank, and that seems to be where it's all happening. So that's where we headed to. We're up at 3:30 this morning. It amazes me how effective, the water source is critical out here once these bulls start rutting. And they've been getting a lot of daylight pictures of bulls and cows. We've been kind of glassing, spotting and stalking, trying to find elk. But we just hadn't been able to, they're not hardly bugling, although we've already heard some pretty good bugling going on straight north of us. So that's exciting. At least we know they're close by, and it would take nothing for one of them big bulls to come walking in here. And they've had here at A3 in Unit 9, Arizona, A3 Outfitters, they had 8 archery hunters, and so far 6 out of 8 have shot bulls. So that's pretty impressive on public land. There's 9 trail cameras on this one water hole for different people. And it's kind of first come, first serve. That's why we get here so early. But we're gonna spend the whole day here. This is a total different way of hunting than Lake and I have ever done. When you look at this, you're like, what in the world? Kind of reminds me of hunting in Africa. Some of those water sources they have, and pretty cool what's going on here with the water without this water source, and they're all over the unit like this without the water source. Cow and a calf lake to the right. Right off the corner of the fence right there. Here I go. They coming straight to us. Those other two are coming right around, right in front of the blind. Where's that bull that just bugled at?
You don't look on the left, Brad. Big bull. Big bull.
I can't see.
Coming from the left. Big bull.
Oh yeah, I'll shoot him. Right at the fence right there. Two small bulls just came out where the cows did. He's going right to them other bulls. Man, he's got some tails on him, don't he? That calf's back over there with them bulls now. Okay, he's coming around the end. He's going toward them small bulls. He's just getting between them small bulls and them cows is what he's doing.
Brad and Lake are hunting what these westerns in Arizona call a trick tank. Us southern boys would just call it a water hole. Brett Reyes, our guide, has got plenty of pictures of bulls coming to this water source. The guy's getting the blind 3 hours before daylight because this spot is first come, first served. It's on public land. As a few cows and calves come in to drink mid-morning, they hear what they've been waiting on. This Unit 9 giant has come in from their left and is now circling the water tank to run off some smaller bulls that follow the same trail as the cows.
Two small bulls just came out where the cows did. He's going right to them other bulls. Man, he's got some tails on him, don't he? That calf's back over there with them bulls now. Okay, he's coming around the end. He's going toward them small bulls. He's just getting between them small bulls and them cows is what he's doing. Look at him running them all. Okay, he's turning, he's coming back toward the cows now. Oh yeah. Okay, here we go. Matt. Can't believe he's down right there, Lake. And I hit him high. I had my 30 on his heart and my 20 on his lungs. But I was in a, this blind is sitting sideways, and I was in a funny position. And I don't know if I shot a little high, but I hit him high and went down and I shot him again. Just, I didn't want to see him suffer. But he was bleeding good, so. But he is a huge 5x5. He's the biggest 5x5 I've ever seen. This is what they call a trick tank. And they're put all over Arizona in these places, in these units for the wildlife, for the deer, mule deer, coos deer, elk, bear, everything. And it is quite the management practice, and they've developed, and this wildlife wouldn't be what it is here without this. And it's just so weird sitting here looking at it, because we're not used to that for elk season, but these elk depend on it. And I'm gonna tell you what, this is new. When I first got here, I said, yeah, we're going to water hole, we're gonna get there, 3:30 in the morning. I was like, man, let's go try to call them, and we did that for 2 days, but we weren't having any luck. Heard more bugling this morning than we've heard in the whole time we've been here.
Yeah, the whole time.
They got this iron fence around here to keep the cattle out. So strictly this is for the wildlife, paid for by hunters, licensed, donations. It just goes to show what we hunters, conservationists, what we do across this country, whether you're on the East Coast or the West Coast, and what these game departments are doing for the wildlife and for the resources and the right that we have to hunt and the excitement. 23 years to get here, thanks to Worldwide Trophy Adventures, our friend Eric Pollock. I drew this tag, and then he fixed us. He hooked us up with the A3 Outfitter guys, and Lake and I have had the best time with these guys. I don't think they sleep. These guys work their tail off, running trail cameras, checking water, scouting, glassing knobs, finding bulls, and he's probably not the highest scoring bull. They used to shooting 370 plus, but I can promise you he is the absolute coolest bull I have ever shot in my life. Look at the tail on this boy. Arizona, 23 years, and I couldn't be more proud. I don't know how long these are. He is the coolest bull I have ever shot. He has got some unique, different stuff going on. Brett, who's our main guide, he's been hunting this unit for 8 years, and his dad, Mr. Mike, 2 of his buddies, Nate and Mark, and couldn't ask for a better team of guys and a more special hunt. Staying in the tent, it's 40 degrees in the morning, and then it's 85 by lunchtime. But a different elk experience, but I'm so glad we got to do it, and I'm not used to coming to a place, and this is public land. I mean, anybody can come in and hunt. You might have 10, 12, 15 trail cameras on one water source, and it's just first come, first serve. And that 10, they build that 10, and it all runs down to that other end. It fills these tanks up, and then it's got some kind of little plunger or valve that as that drinker gets low, it puts water back in it. And they build this iron railing around it to keep the cattle out, and they got it where small critters can get under it and big critters can get over it. So that's awesome. Thank you, Lake. Thank you, WTA guys. Thank you, A3 Outfitters, and most of all, thank my family and the good Lord Himself for keeping me healthy, keeping Lake healthy, and letting us come experience this.